Am I allowed to take a minute to say I 100% own this shirt before Jack Howard ever did? Sliding, sliding, sliding. We're just gonna jump right into this so that you can go ahead and get started in the comments telling me all the people that I'm copying off of. I was listening to Robert Downey Jr.'s album this morning, the album that no one ever talks about, the album that no one seems to know exists, and it is a piece of art. And thinking, wow, I have loved Robert Downey Jr. for a long time. I have loved Anthony Edward Stark for a long time. Why do I own Coke cans with his face on them? I don't even drink carbonated beverages. I sit here and tell you about the fact that I saved his autobiography to my laptop when I was 13 so that I could take it on the family road trip and read it in the car without Wi-Fi. I read it as casual reading, I'm sorry. Or I could give you what you clicked on this video for and read my first fan fiction. So let's take it back. The year is 2013. I had just made my first Instagram fan account. Still run it to this day. Made some of my best friends. Also made some poor grammar choices in my captions. In 2013, I also had a lot of feelings about a lot of people. One of those people, Mr. Tony Stark. So I took those feelings and put pen to paper, or put sweaty, clammy 13-year-old angst poems to keyboard. And I composed a work of art. You know what's coming. I'm gonna read you my first fanfiction. Can you tell I'm excited? I am Iron Man. I look around, gauging reactions to what I just said. Everyone has jumped to their feet, completely refusing my request to sit down.
I am Iron Man. Everyone is just... That's wrong. He tells everyone to sit down at the press conference after he gets back from the cave, not the one where he announces he's Iron Man. That's not right. That's the wrong press conference. We're in the first paragraph.
How can I be so stupid? I hold my alibi in my shaking hands, wondering why I might have done this. My enemies, new and old, are sure to come. Pepper is in danger. As my best friend, I have to look out for her.
As my best friend. I was specific. Best friend. Nothing else.
What if something happens? Ugh, I need some scotch. Something must be wrong, or I would stop putting myself in these situations. I'll have Jarvis run a neuroscan when I get out of here.
Oh, I thought I was so smart.
I know Rhodey is trying to calm the press, maybe telling them it's only post-stress from the accident. It was no accident. They are still out there, hiding. With my father's weapons, they can do much more than this small inconvenience to me.
You had to put a car battery in your chest.
My technology may be advanced, but I cannot bring back the dead. All the reporters around me are chattering into mics or taking furious notes. I look down at them, wondering why they think this matters. They are also indifferent to real problems.
I'm pretty sure you announcing that you're a giant robot man with no regard for collateral damage who was taken on by terrorists and then destroyed the reputation of your entire multi-billion-dollar company is not a small problem.
They only see the outside. Now they see me as Iron Man, who isn't iron at all, it's actually a titanium alloy. I expect this to be in the press for a week. Wait, there is one woman, all alone, with only a digital camera and a notepad. How did she get in here?
Oh, I remember writing this next paragraph. Oh no, I remember writing this.
Her dark brown hair was pulled into a bun that defied all laws of gravity and the latest issue of Vogue. I would know. They put Pepper on the cover. A few strands were trying to escape and lay against her face, or sticking out the top, daring to be defiant. I doubt she uses hairspray. Instead of the usual ball gown type of outfits the other reporters had, with curled, dyed, and pressed hair, along with impossibly long and thin features that can only be from unhealthy eating habits or not eating at all, she looked like she wouldn't scoff at a Big Mac every now and then.
Okay.
She was wearing slacks and a simple red button-down top with the sleeves pulled over her wrist and wrinkled like she was ready to work, not get a mani-pedi.
Man, I loved stereotypes, didn't I?
Her adorable red-framed readers had slid down her nose, but she didn't seem to notice. Red, my favorite color. She stands out in the sea of formal tans and blacks. She was tall and seemed like she would love to laugh. She seemed like she didn't care what others thought, only what mattered to her. Maybe a game of laser tag instead of botox. She is a real person who didn't seem like she would put up a stupid front for the movie cameras. Instead, go into a photo booth with silly hats and not care what others think when she makes herself laugh. But behind those eyes, I see darkness. Something she was trying to hide, but it ruled her life daily. I know the feeling. She needed someone to assure her, to set her free and let her be herself without worries. Then who knows what she could do? She wasn't hot or sexy, as I called my other relationships, but she was beautiful. She was real, and she seemed like she would understand.
Tony Stark, if you can get all of that by looking at someone in a sea of other people for 12 seconds while everyone yells at you, building suits isn't your only superpower.
But instead of scribbling furiously about the impact of my statement or snapping embarrassing photos for her gossip column, she was just looking at me, brown eyes shining through the paint, muttering something like, "He was right. He was always right." But she isn't a model. She isn't someone I would meet in a nightclub. See, that's me.
I feel like I need to be so animated when I read this, sorry.
It's who I've become. It is now my identity. I have seen so much bigger things compared to identity.
So much bigger things.
I have an identity as well. Anthony Stark. Genius, billionaire, playboy philanthropist.
I remember writing Playboy and it felt like a scandal.
Weapons designer extraordinaire. For now. But I can move to Antarctica, become an Eskimo, call myself Bill Cosby from now on, and it wouldn't be wrong if no one knew better.
I was ahead of the Bill Cosby thing. I was in the know.
Identities are not real. Why do we say someone cannot do something because of who they are?
I mean, true.
It's like a rule, a barrier, and I was born to break rules. Wait, what am I thinking? Oh, I just remembered the last sentence of this. I'm reading the last sentence of this. I don't think I can read this to you. I'm gonna have to delete my channel. How did I forget that I wrote this? I can quote it. I can quote this sentence. You ready? Maybe all those cheeseburgers are getting to me. Or maybe I need to follow my arc reactor in this case. He had to watch me read all that. That was more painful than getting harassed in math class every day in 8th grade.